So it's time for yet another Turkey Day turkey hunt, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there who celebrates it. Now, Thanksgiving is about a lot of things, including traditions, and our tradition out here in the Hunter Classic is to go for a realistic turkey hunt on Thanksgiving and try to get as many as we possibly can. So we've got the side-by-side shotgun today, and interestingly enough, we already had a turkey gobble before we even got set up. So we're gonna go ahead, put our decoys down here. The one thing I don't know is the direction, because we were actually getting our inventory set. But basically, we'll be setting up our decoys, finding a decent little spot for cover, and then trying to bring in the birds and take them out with the shotgun today. So first turkey of the hunt's actually a pretty nice one. 55 to 65, gobbling on his way in. And we didn't really set up the right direction because we didn't know where he was. Got the decoys on our right, and probably he's in range there. If he's gonna stop, let's see if we can get this lined up with the side-by-side. Try to shoot him right in the head. That is exactly what we're looking for. So, didn't quite go to plan. The full scope of this hunt is going to be going around with a locator and trying to strike up gobbles as we go, and then setting up as we've done here. So, bring our decoys along with us, and we'll go and take a look at our first longbeard. And there's pellets in the wing. Looks like one in the back. I don't know how that happened. I still don't see any in the head or neck. According to this, yeah, neck and body, so we got one in there somewhere. 62 score though, not a bad way to start. And by the way, since we've got our Thanksgiving best on, where we sit for cover today is going to be completely irrelevant. We're not going to gain any camouflage by being in a field or in the forest, so that kind of helps. We can just go where we can see. And man, you can really see from this angle all the damage that shotgun did. I still don't know how we hit him, like, on the side there. Nonetheless, really solid first bird to get us going. There was an additional gobble as we sat there and waited, and they don't actually go that far, so maybe we'll move that direction, start hitting the locator, and see if maybe we can strike up a response from him. There we go. That is not even the same bird, but all the way over there across that road. So we can definitely make up a good bit of this distance just on foot. Probably will mark that so we don't end up overrunning this. That'll be good enough. Basically, we're going to try to find a decent little opening, set up our decoys, and maybe set up in the right direction this time, so we don't have to do what we did last time. I mean, this looks really good here. We can use that rock to get a little bit of advantage, and if we just got one again on his own. If we just put these decoys, maybe right down here, like just below this rise, we should be in a pretty good spot. So let's go ahead, get these set up. The main reason I don't want them up on the rise, I think that's where we're going to try to shoot them. And if the decoys are in the way, obviously that causes a little bit of a problem. So let's see if we do this maybe. I think that should work. So there's our bird coming right up over that knoll like we wanted. 35 to 45 this time. See if we can get this as he drops down over. That felt perfect. Oh, there's two more. He was the only one that gobbled the entire time. I don't know if those were gobblers or not. The one looked like it may have been. And by the way, we're not on the trail now, because one of the other birds we were originally looking for did gobble. Now, we've got the bow, but I think it's way more fun to go ahead and use the shotgun. Sure got that one in the head. There was no problem with that. Still says neck and body. 37 score. And now you kind of get the full scope of the setup and the plan today. Took two to kind of get to that, but we're going to try to locate them, set up on them, and ideally we get everyone with the shotgun today. If we don't have to use the bow, that would be ideal. Now obviously, where we have ground blinds set up around decoys, we'll use them. This is a permanent setup we've got, but there happened to be a turkey in the area, so no need to set up for him. We've got everything already here, and this guy's working his way on in, so just a 40 to 50. I think I want to let him get over here a little bit more so we can see well, because that stuff's pretty much going to block him. Maybe we can catch him in this gap right here. Should work, because we could see him good in the last one. Slowly kind of creeping his way here. And I typically point this out in every one of these hunts. Shotguns, especially with birdshot, but even with buckshot, when you shoot into the ground, they cause a little bit of lag. I don't know how well that shows up in the video, but in case you're noticing that, that's why. Those shots that are going beyond the turkey are just all registering into the ground and causing that to happen. But a 43 score, pretty decent bird there. And I think what we're going to try to do is sort of loop our way down and around. We got a couple other setups we can go past. And in the meantime, down by that lake, pretty good spot for turkeys. That looks like a pretty good gobbler out there. When you can see the beard at like 200 something yards, that's a pretty good sign. So I don't even know if we're, obviously without the rangefinder binoculars, looks like we're maybe just entering where he can hear our calls. That's gotta be a pretty good one. That beard's pretty darn visible, so let's see. Go ahead and hit this. See if we can get a response. Nothing there out of him. Oh, there we go, he did actually. So we discovered as well, so we at some point tracked him. Now, we'll try to turn him back this way. And I think because he's so far away, we can get set up with the decoys and find ourselves a spot, even as he turns and starts to come in. So actually only 55 to 65, but a really high weight estimate. And interestingly enough, all the way over here across the way, there's another gobbler standing there. He's gonna hear this shot though, so nothing we can really do about that. This guy's head's kind of peeking up over. Let's crouch up. Oh, that was maybe the laggiest one we've had yet. We did shoot pretty much straight into the ground, so not super shocking there. I don't even see where the other one went, so obviously he was out of there immediately. Once again, we'll clean up our setup and go ahead and move on. By the way, we made that entire loop I talked about, ended up back here at this lake, and there were a couple of gobblers in this area. Looks like maybe low there, still neck and body, but at 40 meters. Hit pretty much everything, another 60 plus though, and maybe for that, since the lighting is way better, we'll still set up another photo. I mean, not the greatest, but it does show the beard really well. I think we'll go with that angle right there. 2 60 plus gobblers now, and I think only 4 total so far. We haven't killed a whole bunch of them, but what I think we're gonna do now is bounce down to this tent. We definitely had turkey sitting here, although that is very much not a turkey. Just gonna let that go and work our way up to this setup. Well, we might have to use the bow. We've got a whitetail buck walking right in here. There's a gobbler finally coming in, so definitely want to make sure we get this taken care of. Need to kind of shoot between these 2 trees. See if we can get this and drop him. That'll work just fine. Good thing we had it. And hopefully our gobbler's still coming in. Oh, there he is. Just kind of sneaking in here. 45 to 55 estimate. Can we even see to make this shot? I mean, kinda. Mostly just shooting at where he roughly was. What a spot to stop. And he was in here in the decoys. He would have slowly moved around. But if he got down the hill on us, he kind of would have been out of sight. So we had to go for that. And fortunately, not a huge bird. And we still, I mean, like every other shot, managed to hit the neck. 45 score for him. And by the way, the first Thanksgiving ever did in fact have venison at it. So although deer hunting in these videos is not a part of our tradition here on the channel, it at least kind of fits, and good thing we found it, because I couldn't remember where it was standing. Anyway, just a nice 8-point, double lunged him at 21 meters, gonna be a 105, and we're really having to work, by the way, just to find turkeys. We've been all around this area, you can kind of see multiple times, and that was only our 5th birds, but add in an extra whitetail kill, and slowly but surely, turning into a pretty solid hunt. And for the 3rd time today, a pretty good sized gobbler coming in, 55 to 65 estimate, 9.3 to 10 kilos, really good for the weight. Probably gives him a good shot at eclipsing 60 again, and maybe even though it's a little far, we'll just go for that headshot there. And the smoothest one we've had all day. I think there may have been, it's either a turkey or something. Yeah, another turkey over there at the other end of the field. But I think that's gobbler number 5 or 6. Should be number 6 actually. Plus our 1 whitetail. Pretty solid day. And I think on that note, that's probably going to do it for this one. So let's take a look and see what we've got for this guy. Our 3rd, oh wow, we really hit him in the head. 34 meters. Oh, he's 9.8 kilo and still is shy of 60. 57 score, but check this out. We, I'd say we hit him pretty good. If we maybe spin him into the sun so we can see that a little bit better. that shows it just a little bit more clearly, so not half bad. And it's always nice to get back out here and do these turkey hunts that we've been doing for like 6-7 years, maybe more than that at this point. And especially we can get pretty solid quality. I mean, half of our birds were 55 plus, which is pretty dang solid. But I like to keep these holiday videos relatively short. Obviously, you know, the more time spent with family and everything on these days, the better. So, as said earlier, that is indeed going to do it for this video. Once again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates it. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.